Hello. Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to the You Can Do More podcast. My name is Trista, and today I am joined by
Amara.
Miss Amara Wong. Hi, Amara. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. So Amara is one of my friends from school, and the reason why I wanted to talk to you is because I think you're pretty successful as a young. How old are you now?
16.
16-year-old girl into what, fashion and creativity.
Yeah.
I think you're pretty successful with that. So can you tell me, let's just talk about like what it means to you, I guess. Like, what does fashion mean to you? Why do you love it? How did it start and all that? Yeah.
So I had an old friend and her name was Kara, and she actually got me into the Converse like business, which helped me to like get better at, creating things like to do with fashion.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I like it a lot is because it's like a form of expression in a sense. Like, you're able to just do whatever, wear whatever you want, and it just exudes so much confidence.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
So you talked about Converse just then. Is it Converse like New Zealand or Australia, New Zealand?
Just Converse in general.
Just Converse the brand?
Yeah.
So you work with that's a pretty big name. Converse is a pretty big name. Jeez, how did you get into that? Was it your friend?
No, they actually DM'd me because they saw what I did online, because I was about, sustainability and stuff. So they noticed that I like doing things to do with helping the planet. So they reached out to me and they invited me and they said, "Oh, do you want to come out?" And I was like, "Why not?"
So you had that social media platform,
Yeah.
and they discovered you on that. That's really cool. I think it's really cool how, we don't need to actually. How do I explain this? We don't need to actually Well, we obviously have to do things in real life, but a lot of the things that we can do, especially as young people, is just do stuff online. Literally with this podcast, it being online, you doing your fashion, whatever what social media platform?
Instagram,
yeah. So just taking photos and posting it, that's so cool. I think that's so cool.
I feel like, especially because social media, it's the biggest industry in the world at the moment, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
If you think about it, it's everyone's got it and everyone's involved, and it's there's negatives and positives to it. And I feel like Converse, they reached out to me because I was being positive on the app, and I think that's what they stand for, which is really why I like the brand, because they really they work with people who are confident, who are creatives, and who help the communities and society and to stand up for things. And I feel like that's really helped me find my own self as well.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. And what you said about social media being a whole industry, I think that's so true, because you can make money off Instagram, you can make money off YouTube, making videos and stuff. So it's so good, and I think it's so cool to see young people just doing their thing on social media. It's so cool.
I mean, come on, for example, Charlie D'Amelio. I mean, these big, massive creators, they started from nothing, and then they can blow up just like that. And I feel it's so crazy that how much money is in that, social media and just doing that.
Yeah. What do you think makes people want to follow one person, if you know what I mean?
I feel like nowadays it's mainly based on attractiveness. That's on honestly.
Yeah, let's just be real.
It's really just about that. I mean, being attractive, it's quite a big asset to have nowadays.
Yeah,
because it gets you a lot of places. I mean, the modeling industry, the acting industry, that you have to kind of look on the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They go for the skinny, tall people, and it's it can help the people who are skinny and tall, but it also damages people who aren't like that. So they feel like they, it's and it comes down to confidence. But I feel like social media, the reason people why they follow certain people is it's just who they are, I guess, what they stand for or something.
I think it's also that sense of I don't know if this is a word, but genuinity. I don't know if that's a word, but the genuineness that someone has. I feel like you can kind of sense that through how they are on social media, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and especially since social media is like based around their whole lives. I mean, they like film every single day most of the time. They're like they're showing themselves online, so you get to see who they are. Mainly like what they show online.
Yeah. Then what about that aspect that you don't see online? Like, so for you, for example, you post mainly like fashion pics and stuff, but what do people, so that's what they see online, but what don't they see? Or what don't they see like, what don't they see of how you got to where you are today?
Yeah, I feel like when people, they kind of just see the success story and they don't see how much it went through. Like the reason I like it so much is because it's like I never had a voice, so being able to express that through clothing and through creativity, like hobbies that I do, it's like a way for me to speak up for who I am.
Yeah.
And especially like if they were to see what I went through, it's like I feel like that's what people do. They hide what they actually went through, if that makes sense, and they just show all the good parts. But I feel like if you want to be really like transparent with your like followers or something, you need to show who you are. I feel like that's what people struggle with the most these days, is that, you know, like you know, self-images and you know, body positivity, all that stuff, and like they talk about their mental health. And I feel like that's something that we need to do as like people who are on social media, just show who we truly are, you know, good and the bad, and it just makes people want to follow you if people don't want to follow you.
Yeah, that's really good, like using the platform that you have in that positive way of spreading awareness about things like you said, like mental health and body positivity and everything like that. No, that's really good. Yeah. So like other than Converse, what else do you work with? Any other brands or like collaborate?
No, I just work with Converse at the moment.
Oh, right. Are you looking to like?
Hopefully, yeah.
That'd be so good.
It's funny because like the Converse brand, like Converse All Stars, it's just a creative community, and they work with Converse. And you know Millie Bobby Brown, right?
Yeah.
So one of the Converse All Stars, they got to work with Millie Bobby Brown recently, and it's just like it's
really
it's so crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
wow.
And it's just so amazing because you follow her when she was like, you know, part of the small community, 1,000 followers. Now she's at 50K at the moment, and she's designing a shoe. It's such a big opportunity. Yeah. Being with Converse, and like it'll help me get scouted by other brands, hopefully, if I just keep pursuing it. So yeah. So
what's like something that you do to like ensure that like you're working towards what you want to achieve and stuff? Or when it comes to like fashion and creativity?
I feel like consistently posting and keeping up with my mental health, as in being motivated and trying to just have no self-doubt and just do what I need to do without people, you know, saying stuff, and just like people are always going to say something, you know, so I just have to keep on pushing towards where I want to be in life.
Yep. So next, what I'm going to ask next is a little bit personal, but you know, with the social media platform that you have you had like struggles with your mental health, or like how has your mental health, what's your mental health journey throughout the process?
For me, it's nothing like, it's just usually I self-doubt, because when you post something, you're worried about people, what they're gonna say, or you're worried because you're trying to aim for something. You're not posting for fun when you're, you know, in an industry where it's like constantly posting to get money or posting to get somewhere. So I feel like, because Instagram, it used to be quite fun, you post just for posting, but now it's like you post to get somewhere, especially if I'm trying to go somewhere. I post and I need to worry about, you know, oh, I hope they like this, you know, I hope Converse is going to recognize it. But mentally, I feel like confidence, that's where most of my mental health like begins to fade away, as in like problems with self-doubt. So like if I just believe in myself and I just motivate myself to keep going no matter what, I kind of I'm able to like just push down all the thoughts like that bring me down, all the negative thoughts, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Would those like negative thoughts stem from you or from other people as well?
I feel like it's I feel like it's me and people, because you're constantly comparing yourself to other people. So it's like,
oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that kind of sucks, eh? But do you like get any negativity that's like directed towards you online?
Not necessarily, but
okay, that's good then.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, because if you do, then whoa, like, because a lot of people are like quick to judge, and especially online, because it's so easy to like, you know, be some way online, and then you don't have to do it in real life if you're like, say, like bullying someone, you know.
Yeah, and I feel like eventually people are, if I get recognized bigger, like if I become bigger, I will get people who don't like me, but that's just all part of the process. Like, I'd be worried if they don't say something, you know.
Like, that's true. Like, if someone's hating on, guys, if someone is hating on you, that means that you're doing something right. That means that they're just jealous. Like, let's be honest.
I mean, come on, it's like more motivation to do better, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you just want to prove them wrong, eh?
Exactly it.
So I know on your social media, other than you know, posting your like fresh ass outfits and everything, you like to write poems and put it up on your story and all that. So tell me a little bit more about that and like how it came about, I guess.
I've always loved reading and I've always loved writing. English is my best subject. I can't do math at all.
Yeah, same honestly. Yeah,
so bad. It's like 1 + 1 what? Like, you can't do it. Like, so I've always enjoyed reading and writing, and I've always journaled, because when my childhood, like pre-adolescence, I had a really hard time going like through family problems and stuff. So writing and journaling my feelings down, it really helped. And then I suddenly began to write it into poems. So like writing songs and poems and like stuff like that. So, and then now
that's cool.
Yeah. So it's just kind of a way to just put my feelings down into somewhere rather than letting it chew up me or, you know, bring me down.
I guess it's something that you haven't, that's like kind of in common with, you know, your writing and your fashion as well. It's just like, so they both started off as hobbies, and like something that you just enjoy doing, and then now it's more of like you're a bit more serious about it and stuff. So with your poems, like, where does that come from, like the creativity for that?
It's weird, because the thing is, if someone asked me to write a poem, I can't do it. But in the middle of the night, if I'm just like watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something, I just go,
just those like random creative moments.
Just those random. It's like the writer's flow.
And
I'd be like, if I'm like on the phone with my friend, I'm like, sorry, I gotta go. I'm having writer's flow right now. They're like, what?
That's like, that's something that I feel like I can relate to as well. Like, just having random spurts of just like creativeness or like ideas, and like you don't want to lose it in the moment, so you just have to quickly go like do it or write it down or something. Yeah, that's something that I can definitely relate to, especially when it comes with like ideas for the podcast and like coming up with like creativity stuff as well. But with going back to your fashion, are you into like fast fashion or like?
No, I've actually stopped.
Okay, what is fast fashion?
Fast fashion is like unethical clothing that come from places like China, and I'm pretty sure some of Thailand. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure.
So is it when like because I heard a little bit about it, but I'm not certain I know what it is. But I heard, is it like when people work like in labor for it?
Yeah.
To make the clothing?
Yeah, and they're like working under harsh conditions, and they're earning about like $1 a day. And
really?
Yeah. So, and these are places like Nike. These are places like H&M, Zara, places like Glassons.
So pretty big brands in New Zealand. Wow.
Fast fashion really like it affects most brands, and like a lot of brands now, like in the fashion industry, they're working towards becoming more sustainable. Because they know how much of a big like issue it is. Because I mean, come on, Nike, you wouldn't expect it from them. So, and it's like
crazy. So where do you, like, if you don't buy your clothes from there, where do you usually buy your clothes?
Thrift. Thrift is the best way.
Thrifting.
Because you're able to, you know, reuse the clothes that were already made.
But, like, okay, How are the thrift stores in like Auckland? Cause
they suck. They're useless.
Because I know I've been to Save Mart is pretty good. But I've been to the ones on like K Road.
Yeah.
This is so expensive.
Yeah,
like it's like $60 for like jeans. I'm like, okay.
Yep. But I think that's where you're able to unlock your creativity, like being able to like, for example, sewing. You're able to like create things with different type of clothing pieces that you pick up, and I feel like that's all to do with sustainability, like reinventing and, you know, renewing your old clothes and
instead of just throwing it away and actually making use of it.
Yeah.
So where does your like creativity come from? Like, what do you look to when you want to like make a new outfit or like whatever?
I feel like if I were like creativity, I feel like okay, creativity, I feel like it comes and it stems from a lot of time alone, because I'm not really a person who goes out a lot. Like, I'll sometimes go out with my friends, but that's about it. So being alone, it's really come from that, like just being myself and having like all my thoughts in one place, like being able to think. So it's like that's where it comes from, I feel like. And then I'm able to, you know, come up with, because I like photography as well, right? I've just always like taking photos, so come up with like concepts like that, or come up with poems ideas, or like fashion outfits or something like that. So
you're really creative minded. I can tell, because like you can weave your like creativeness through different things like fashion, writing, photography. Anything else?
I like music. I actually, because I write songs as well, so
she does it all, guys. She literally does it all.
No, it's no doctor though, trust me. Oh my god,
she literally does it all. Oh my god, you're so talented then.
Oh,
jeez, do everything.
It all kind of relates though to each other, because they all stem from being creative and being yourself, and just expressing what you like and what you love. Because there's no like books on how to write a song, or there's no books on how to dress or what to do, you know. Like, yeah, there can be like outlines, a black goes well with a white, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it all comes from yourself. I feel like
that's so good.
Yeah. So I feel like when you're alone, you're able to really unlock those feelings and how you feel about different, you know, clothing pieces, or the way things work together, or photo concepts. Like, oh, I think this would look really good if you calm down, you know? That's
literally how your mind works. I mean, I'm not as creative as you, but just like, I feel like in your presence, I can just feel like the passion that you have for everything that you do, like for your writing, for your fashion and everything. It's so good. It's so good. I feel like I have more questions, but you just summed it up so good.
Yeah, I feel like because of how much it impacts my life, being, you know, creative and having all these hobbies, because like the reason where it comes from is because I was always alone as a child, as in I had two brothers, but I always had to, because I was homeschooled, so I never had many friends. Well, I didn't have any friends at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I had to find ways to entertain myself. So I feel like that's where a lot of it comes from.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Are you a very artistic person, like, naturally?
I don't know. I'm not good with a pen and a like as an art, like.
But like this is your form of art.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know you were homeschooled.
No, I was homeschooled. Yeah.
Since when?
Since ages ago. But I went to Farm Cove. That was my first school.
Oh, so like year 7?
Yeah.
Oh, so throughout primary. So you had a lot of time like on your hands to just be creative. And
like we always like. Yeah. We never really had any TV. We never had gadgets or anything, like, you know, devices and stuff. So it was always just like playing, and not even toys, because my parents, they come from a Christian household, and like they were very strict at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So we weren't allowed like certain toys, like Barbies or something like that. Yeah. So we had to like innovate different type of, you know, toys and stuff. So I feel like that's where creativity stems from, you know, being yourself and making things and creating things, you know?
Yeah. So you really just found like different ways to express, like different forms to express your creativity. So is there anything else like in the future that you are thinking of like expressing your creativity in, or like different ways?
It's actually funny because I was actually going to go into dentistry, right? And then eventually I was like, okay, I never wanted to do a dentistry. I never like had interest in medical and stuff because you know it's just not what I like. So, but I was just doing it for the money, like for the stability of having a stable lifestyle.
Yeah.
And one of the things is, eventually I was like to my mum, I was like, okay, Mum, I don't want to, you know, do dentistry. Yeah. You know, I don't want to like do it, and I'm just gonna be unhappy. And it was like a big conversation we had, and it was like, okay, let's just think about it. We did it. We thought about it, and we were just like, okay, just leave it. So I changed my subjects out of the 3 sciences. I'm doing photography and business now, which is what I actually want to do. And now, actually, I've got a plan, which is hopefully to move to New York or LA next year after school, and just try find like modeling agencies or like acting agencies. Yeah. So that's what I want to do. Yeah.
You go, girl. Oh my god, that's so cool.
It is so scary though, because you know it's so risky, but
like it's a big dream.
It's a big dream.
And if you're not gonna like, you only have this one life. If you're not gonna chase your dreams, then what else are you gonna do?
Exactly. And then I was thinking, I was like, and if it doesn't work out, I can always come back, study English literature or something. You know, there's always uni.
Yeah.
But it's like it comes down to like. It always comes down to like. Being able to just believe in yourself, because if I hadn't believed in myself that I'm gonna do it, and sometimes I do self-doubt, you know, because it's such a hard like thing to go through, having to just wing it and just move to another country and just suddenly start from nothing, you know. But I feel like that's where, you know, being able to believe yourself and have some confidence in yourself that you can do it, you'll be able to do it.
Are you signed to like a New Zealand modeling company?
I'm actually applying to some, like,
oh, you are?
Yeah, 62 modeling and things like that. But, and you know, at first I was like, man, what if I'm not even attractive enough or stuff like that, you know. It just really comes into play. But it's just like, if I can be confident enough to like say I want to do this, and then become like go into the modeling industry and then fashion industry and just work around there, and like, you know, acting, I feel like that could really I want to believe in myself. That's basically it, you know.
I want to go back to that conversation of how you first wanted to go into dentistry, and you changed your mind, you changed all your subjects to go down this other route of, you know, modeling and fashion. I think that's a big thing that especially young teens face. I'm gonna be honest, I face this as well, because I have that conflict of just like, you know, settling for sort of that average stable life, or settling for something bigger than that and something that will make you more happy, if you know what I mean. So can you just talk me through the process of that and how you were feeling when you were like conflicted? And
I was going through actually a really hard time at the time, because I was so afraid that I was gonna fail. Because
if you're not okay to talk about it, you don't have to.
Oh no.
Okay. Just making sure.
I was like really afraid of failing, you know, because I was like, I'm going from a stable job to whatever now, which is, you know, just chasing your dream and just winging it, you know. And I had like the talk with my mum, and she was like, you know, you're just gonna have to do it. Like, just push it and stop overthinking it, because the more you keep on thinking and you're not doing any doing, you're not gonna get anywhere.
That is so true. Yes, that is like facts right there.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just sitting around like, oh, I wish I was that, but I'm not doing anything about it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, posting and stuff like that is one thing, but actually putting myself out there and, you know, researching it and stuff like that, and actually believing in myself, you know?
Yeah.
Because I can do a lot of doing, but my mind is saying, oh, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you're gonna do it?
Yeah.
Like,
there's always that like voice in your head that's like bringing you down, but you kind of have to just overcome that and learn to not really fight it, because it's always going to be there, but just live with it.
And I feel like by changing my subjects, that really showed myself that, okay, I really am going to try believe in myself.
And how are you now? Like, so you went from like what, bio, physics, chemistry. So what subjects are you taking now?
I still take bio, because I just thought it'll be useful, and then business and photography, and then math and English.
How's that now? Like, is it?
I enjoy it. I love it. Like, photography is definitely my favorite class, and business obviously because with the act, fashion, all that stuff, it has to do with business, like marketing and all that stuff comes into play. But yeah, I love photography, and being able to learn more about it as well, because before it was just like, here's a nice shot, let's take it. But now I'm understanding all the concepts and all the hard work that goes into taking a photo, and for it to produce a story or a background,
So with how you wanted to go into dentistry, was that like you wanted to go into dentistry, or your parents wanted you to, or
neither.
a bit of both?
No, neither.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because like my parents, my mum, she's not like forceful, she'll just support you, whatever. But she always just wanted to like me to have a degree, right? And I just thought, let's just do dentistry, it's like pretty easy, I guess, like even though it's not at all. But I was like
it's pretty easy. Okay.
it's just like, what's the word, like it's just easy to,
something that just like
just
you can
easy
do.
easy to go into, just like you just do the studies, you put the hard work in, and you're
just something like pretty generic.
And you're resulted with a good stable job, and you know what I mean. So that's what she always said, like just at least go to uni or something. But as she like saw me grow up and saw me that I'm actually kind of different, and I'm not actually a person who's uni related and all that stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I study all the time, like I'm never not studying. It's not that I'm lazy or anything, it's just that's not the type of person I am. I'm rather working with people and like getting myself out there and just doing things and like being practical, like doing practical things, not just sitting at a desk.
And I feel like if you're like not going to uni, you have a bit more control of what you want to do, whilst if you're in uni, you're kind of if you want to pass and stuff, you have to study, you have to pay attention, you have to put a lot of your energy into university, right? And honestly, like, you don't, like, success is different from person to person, so you don't actually have to go to uni to be so-called successful.
And especially how you said putting your energy into school, if like for each person, each energy for them, like they want to put into things that they love, and for example, for some people they'd want to do it into uni, they'd want to like press all their energy into uni, but for me personally, I want to do it for something that I love.
That's another whole conversation about how you don't have to go to uni to be successful or whatever. But yeah, I really hope, I wish you all the best, like, for your journey. How are you gonna get to New York if COVID's still?
Hopefully that's not the case.
Let's hope there's no COVID.
Yeah, let's hope by next 2 years time. So I feel like it could be. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have no idea. I just pray that it's not gonna be good. But that's like my dream, and it's like really hard on myself sometimes, because I'm like, why don't I just get a job and just go to uni, because I'm still young, I have the option, but then I'm like, but I really 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 want to do this, and it's just like you kind of turn between each thing, and you're like, oh, but I need a stable lifestyle, what if I fail, and you just have that really big self-doubt, and I feel like that's what really stops you. But
like, what if you fail? Who cares? Like,
exactly, right?
That's a learning curve. Like, just learn from it and do better next time.
Exactly.
Like, that's like a big thing, that comes into your mind is failure. And like how you, because people think that failure is just like the end, but it's not. So even if you do, you don't, I don't know, get signed to the first company that you apply to, just go for the next one.
I mean, come on, Walt Disney, he got rejected by 50 people or something. 50 companies told him that he wasn't creative, and look at him now. Like, there are so many rags to riches stories, and that's what really motivates me a lot. Like, there's so many, like, for example, I mean, what's his name, KJ Apa, he's from New Zealand, and look at him now, like, and he just started like just some bloke from wherever he is, you know what I mean?
Especially from New Zealand, makes it a little bit more personal.
Exactly.
But
and like failure, it's like I rather fail than just live with the like regret.
Yeah. So you'd rather just, at least you tried, like,
yeah,
at least you tried and failed rather than not doing anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's crazy. I wish you all the best for that.
Thank you.
I guess my final question is, do you have anything to say to me or anything to say to anyone listening? And if you have like any advice for them, any tips, it can be about anything. It can be about fashion, it can be about writing, it can be about just creativity in general. It can be about, I don't know, chasing your dreams, anything.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
For Trista, I reckon, like,
you can ask me a question if you want. Yeah.
Like, okay, let's ask a question. How do you, for example, okay, first let's start off with, how do you express your creativity?
Good question. I like you. I like to write because I'm also I'm not taking English this year, but I do really like English, and because I think like with subjects like English and just you can be a lot more creative, like because there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
So I like writing as well. I like journaling, just putting my thoughts down, like making little poems as well. Obviously I don't put it out, but I do write it in my notes on my phone. But so that's one way of being creative. But I think I also really like being creative with this podcast. So not just because I've talked about this before with John, the other co-host, and we've talked about expanding it into more of like a creative brand where, you know, we can make a blog and have posts on there, or maybe make some merch and stuff. So I think that's sort of kind of where my creativity side is going to. But also, like you, I like photography.
Yeah.
And just capturing moments that should be cherished. Like, yeah. So I'd say those are my
I feel like with this podcast, it's really authentic as well, which I admire so much because it's really raw. It's not like, you know, cut and like it's scripted. Like everything is just from the top of your head and you just wing it, you know. You have a few questions or you have like a basic outline, but then it just grows into something bigger. And I feel like that's where, for example, your creativity comes from. You're like, you just get sprung with all these different ideas, and like different ideas come and they just like spring into another conversation and they turn into something else. And I feel like that is how like everyone, like they're just different in like every way. And I feel like that's exactly why, for example, the uni situation, like not everyone can go to uni and everyone has a different path, you know. And I feel like the biggest advice is that just follow it. Like whatever you want to do, just do it, because you'd rather want to just fail at do it and then do it again and fail and do it again and fail. But there's going to be one time you're going to actually succeed, you know, because you're not going to always fail. I mean, you try, but there's no doubt you're going to succeed. You know, it's just, it takes that hard work and that confidence and no self-doubt and just risking it, you know. And I know it's really cliche to say follow your dreams. Yeah,
but it's like true.
It's
because if you're not happy, like doing whatever it is and whatever you want to do is following your dreams, then just do it.
I know, right? Like you could be some rich doctor and you could be so unhappy, and you could be some, you know, aspiring actor, but you can be so happy because you're doing what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's, like I said, this is a whole different conversation. But like, just the idea of just starting, but like people make a lot of excuses and they're like, oh, but I don't have time for this. Oh, but I don't, you know, but oh, I can't do it because my dad says no. You know, like it's just, those are just excuses. Like if you really love something and you really want to achieve something, you'd like go ham on it, you know. Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much for being on here. This is amazing. You're such a good person to talk to, and I wish you all the best for your journey. You're amazing. You guys have to watch out for this girl. She is great.
Thank you.
What's your Instagram? Follow her on Instagram.
Amara Wong.
At Amara Wong on Instagram. What else do you
have? TikTok, Amara Wong too.
On her TikTok, Amara Wong as well. Oh, we didn't talk about your TikToks.
Yeah,
it's okay.
That's just another platform I'm using as well, and then YouTube.
Just the creativity. Yeah. Are you doing YouTube videos?
I'm starting to do YouTube videos. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You better watch out for this girl. Her creativity is off the charts. Cool. Thank you so much for talking to us.